Hello, welcome to the first episode. I don't actually have any clue what this episode is a part of. Don't know what series it's a part of, but you see, one of my friends is struggling with basic trigonometry. So I thought, why not educate the masses, hair, mustache, goatee and all. My hearing aid is starting to die. Okay, what is our first question? Let's see, so it looks like it's okay, talking about functions to find missing side lengths, missing angle measurements. Of right triangles, you can find the measure of the missing angle by using the inverse of sine, cosine, tangent. So it's only worried about sine, cosine, tangent. No need for cosecant, secant, and cotangent. That would be for another day, probably. I have a cough, that's why I haven't been making videos. Today's episode of Channel Updates and Plans is literally just me doing my trigonometry homework. Which is why it gets no cuts. For all of you. Absolute legends that, oh my gosh, what is going on? There's a thing back there. I don't know what it wants. It wants to be back there, I guess. Okay, X is here. Okay, so maybe I don't have a good way to show you the paper. Okay, so there's a right triangle, right? You know trigonometry, you got the right triangle with the angle there, and then an angle here, an angle here. So, here's what we know. We know that the, the angle given is 38 degrees. Opposite of this angle is the oh my I'm dumb, okay? So, opposite this angle is the side opposite of the angle. Figures. That side is 10. That's the side length. And then we have the adjacent side length is the one we don't know. Looks like we need to find the value of x. So we're given the opposite and the adjacent, which means the... Okay, so what it means is the tangent of... Which I'm not going to write this down on the paper because there isn't room. The tangent of 38. Let me make sure I am on degrees. Yep, I was on radians. Let's make sure we're on degrees in our calculators, everyone. Sorry, Captain's League slap ball is going on, and I figured I had to do this for a video. I mean, for random footage to upload to a second channel and then send to people. TigerShark Talks, Trigonometry Edition. It's also the only edition. So far. Someone appreciates that. And his name is Tom. Miss. He will not see this video. Right, tangent of 38. Oh, God. Tangent 38, equals x divided by 10. Or no, opposite over adjacent. Tan divided by x. So, good friend, dear calculator, has given us something between... Actually, no, it's given us 12.8 on the dot. Now, 12.8 probably isn't the answer my teacher would want. So, we're gonna work this out. So, say, oh god. Let's just write this down on paper anyway. So, the tan 38 equals 10 divided by x times I don't want to look at my notes. Also, I didn't write down notes about this question. So let's, yeah, so times, so times 10, but well, the 10 is being divided by the x, so times x would mean that it's now x times, yeah, okay, yeah, it should be something like this. X times the tangent 38 equals 10. And now we have to divide by the tangent of 38. I know this is very sloppy and not going to help anyone with anything. But, rest assured, it might. Let's divide by... Yeah. X equals 10 divided by the tangent of 38. And it matches up 12.8. So it's really 12.7 or whatever. It says round to nearest tenth. 12.8. I wrote my 8 on top of the decimal point. Okay. I'm gonna show the paper. Question 1. As you can see, I wrote on top of the gray, which means you can't see. Maybe you can figure that out? Definitely. Oh. Definitely considering whether or not to do more. Okay, so. Ooh. What do we have here? We have... It's a right triangle. They're all right triangles. I can tell you that. There's 9 questions on this paper. They're all right triangles because we haven't learned the other stuff yet. So, we have 63 degrees. We have the adjacent side is 4. And we need to solve for the hypotenuse. Meaning we need cosine. The cosine of 63 is going to be 4 divided by x. Which means just like the last one, we're going to multiply x. So it's going to be x cos 63 equals 4. And then divide all that. So let's just go ahead and make sure I'm doing this right. And where's that going to be? Roughly 9. Let's see. X is going to equal... No, it's not going to equal that. It's going to equal this. 4 divided by the cosine of 63. Yep, on the money. 8.8. Okay. Pardon my dumbness and stupidity right now. Is anything cool happening? It's Rippers versus the story. And did BBD miss a layup? Oh wow, that's tough. Okay, oh, this is gonna get frustrating. Okay, we have 20 degrees. We have the opposite side is X. The hypotenuse is 14.5, which means here it's gonna be not that. It is not gonna be what I was starting to write. It's gonna be the sine of 20 equals X divided by 14.5. So then it's going to be 14.5. Wow, the way I'm writing 14.5 is I'm writing the 4, then the 1 to the left, and then the 0.5. 14.5 times the sine of 20 equals X. Okay, so let's see. The sine of 20 equals X divided by 14.5. I know that for the sake of, like, if you're doing this on calculator for the sake of it, really don't need to do any of the steps. I'm doing the other steps to make sure I'm doing it right. And why are both lines red? Come on. There we go, matches up. What is it? 4.95. Rounded to nearest tenth. It's gonna be 5.0. Yep. Part of me wants to be a mega nerd and just fill out the other side lengths for these triangles. But I also don't want to do that. And BBD hit a layup. That's cool. 3-2 Rippers. 3:06 to go. In the first. Okay. This is a 45, 45, 90 triangle. If you know your 45, 45, 90 triangles, I have not memorized this rule yet, so I will go grab my notebook, because it's going to save a lot of time. I have returned with my notebook. Now, let's see here. Let's get to this special triangles page. Yes. For 45, 45, 90 triangles, otherwise known as an isosceles right triangle, you can figure out the hypotenuse because it is going to be the leg times the square root of 2. So, the leg for this question is 5 times the square root of 2. I'm not editing this video, so if I send it to the person who seemingly if I send it to the person that seemingly needs help with trigonometry, they will be sitting through about 40 minutes of me being an absolute idiot, but also giving them all of the answers. Okay, next, we have 32 degrees. Opposite of our angle is x, and the hypotenuse is 8, which means this is going to be a sine of 32 equals x divided by 8 times 8 is going to be 8 times the sine of 32 equals x. I hope you're keeping up at home. If not, didn't have a good follow-up. Looks like those match up. Yep, they sure do. Well, we got 4.23, so 4.2. Okay, here we have a 70, 20, 90. There's nothing special about this. I just figured I'd point out the angle measurements. So we have 70 degrees. The opposite is 9. The adjacent is x, meaning this is going to be a tangent problem. So the tan of 70 equals 9 divided by x. So times x, right? So x times the tangent of 70 equals 9 divided by the tangent of 70. So x equals 9 divided by the tangent of 70. Let's just make sure all that, oh god, that's not what I'm trying to do. Sure all that adds up. Okay. Yep. Looks like it. Yeah, looks like it. 3.27 is gonna want us to round it to 3.3. Fine. Okay, here we go. 7 through 9. We have some inverse trigonometry. Yep, we do. We got inverse trigonometry. Round to the nearest tenth if necessary, of course. So, our angle is x. The adjacent is 4. And the hypotenuse is 7. So this is going to be the inverse of cosine of 4 divided by 7 is going to equal x. Okay. So, let me just fact check this. Yeah, so for the sake of the calculators, if you're using Desmos, you won't have to type in x, it'll just tell you number. 51.15 is going to round up to 55.15 is going to round up to 55.2. Okay. Sorry. Angle x, adjacent 13, hypotenuse 33. So again, it's inverse cosine. That's okay. That's 13 divided by 33. So that's very weird. 66.8. And then we have The final question on this paper. Sorry. Angle x, opposite 4, hypotenuse 10. So the inverse sine of 4 divided by 10 equals x. Actually, I am not trust doing it that way. 4 divided by 10, 23.57. That's going to round up to 23.6. So voila, there you have all the answers for this paper. If you decided to stick around for 21 minutes. Here's the end. I would flip the camera around, so instead I'm gonna do this and hope YouTube reinverts it. And I've just given you all of the answers. If I bothered sending you this video. And to the rest of you who did not need those answers, you now have those answers, and you now know how to do basic trigonometry and inverse trigonometry. That was today's episode of TigerShark Talks. And people might be coming downstairs now.